Willie D Live.
What's up, family? All y'all youngsters, come on in a little closer. If you got any youngsters in the house, make sure they watch this video. This is something serious and sad. A homeowner was arrested and charged with murder after authorities say he shot and killed an 18-year-old in Spotsylvania County, Virginia. The teen's friends told investigators the man opened fire as the teens recorded themselves pulling a prank for a TikTok video. Tyler Chase Butler, 27, was arrested and accused of second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and use of a firearm and commission of a felony, the county sheriff's office said Tuesday. Butler is accused of killing Michael Bosworth, Jr., a senior at Massaponax High School. According to his father, he played lacrosse and football and wrestled. Now, this shooting happened at 3 a.m. on Saturday. The homeowner told investigators that Bosworth and two other teens were trying to break into his home on Mackenzie Lane. The sheriff's office received a call about a residential burglary in progress in which a resident had fired shots. Bosworth was taken to the hospital where he died. One of the other teens who was grazed by a bullet told investigators they weren't trying to break in to steal anything. The teens said they were recording ding-dong ditch videos for TikTok. It's where you ring the doorbell and take off running. A detective tracked down a third teen whose story matched. That teen was not hit by any bullets. Bosworth was shot hours before his school's prom. Butler was being held without bond. All right, fam, you know how we do this. Give me a thumbs up if you believe the investigators got it right in arresting and charging Tyler Butler with murder. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, they tripping. Leave that man alone. The man was minding his own business at 3 o'clock in the morning. He heard a noise and he thought somebody was breaking in, so he shot. My thoughts. The man was minding his own business. If it was the other way around, you know for a fact, they would have called it standing your ground. They would have said he was standing his ground. That's exactly what they would have said. Now, here's the thing. This is an extremely sad situation because this is something that I did as a kid. Many of us did this as a kid, but we're living in different times now. We're living in a time where people got real ops out there. We're living in a time also where people just don't care about each other like they used to. You know, that was a time when we cared about our neighbors and we cared about our neighbors' children and vice versa. Our neighbors cared about us and they cared about our children. We looked out for each other. So if somebody just rang your bell and took off, you know, you might assume that it's just kids playing around. They're ringing the doorbell and taking off running. Let me tell y'all something, fam, because a lot of people got guns and they don't know when to squeeze that trigger. If somebody is on your property, you better make sure that your life is in danger before you squeeze that trigger, because you can be the most law-abiding citizen. And if you squeeze that trigger without a lawful right to squeeze that trigger, you are going to jail. They are going to put you in prison. It's crazy because this kid lost his life playing around. Come on now. What about the parents? What is your kid doing out at 3 o'clock in the morning in the first place? And why are they running around ringing people's doorbells for some TikTok damn videos? It ain't that important. We see that now. They're ringing doorbells and taking, with all that's going on in society. This is situation awareness here, fam. With all that's going on in society. People are uptight. People are angry. A lot of people are angry for no reason. They're mad. And, for several reasons, Some people see a certain color of person and they just hate and they start shooting. Some people don't like the idea of anybody knocking on their door uninvited. They want to know who's at the door. And if you knock on that door, the first thing they're going to do is grab that strap. And the trip part about it is whether they're right or wrong, if they squeeze that trigger, you out of here. So you can't be thinking to yourself, well, all I'm doing is selling candy. All I'm doing is delivering DoorDash. All I'm doing is ringing the doorbell and dashing. No, fam, it's a different time. You got to be very careful. I wouldn't even work in the capacity of delivering mail, especially like doing DoorDash. I wouldn't do that. Not in these days. Not in these days. It's too dangerous. Too many people just don't give a damn about life. Life don't mean nothing, man. Kill you just like that. What I'm wondering is there any video evidence? Because video evidence is going to tell the story. If all they did was hit that doorbell and take off running, then you got to consider, well, if that's all they did, they would have been long gone by the time he got to the door. Or did they do it multiple times and he was lying in wait? That video footage is going to tell the story. And I'm sure somebody got some video footage somewhere. And the truth is going to come out. When I think about all this, man, I did some stupid stuff growing up, man. I did some stupid stuff. I did something actually that could have gotten somebody killed. One day, I almost hate to say this, but I'm going to help somebody. I'm going to help somebody. Some youngster out here is listening, and because of what I'm about to say, you are not going to make the same mistake. One day, I don't know why I said one day. Of course it was one day. But me and my brother, we're walking on around, you know how they have the underpass for freeways? So my grandmother lived on the other side of the freeway. So one day, me and my brother is walking to my grandmother's house, and from our house, and I come up with the bright idea to throw rocks on the freeway at the cars. So I threw a rock, and the guy who was driving this white car, a white guy was driving a white car, exited the freeway, and I could see him exiting the freeway, and I took off running to my grandmother's house. Well, my older brother, main ass, decided to walk. Yeah, he take his time, because he ain't did nothing, right? So he walks. I get to my grandmother's house, and my grandmother's on the phone, and we call my grandmother Medea, and she was like the size of Medea Tyler Perry. That she looked like Medea. Medea was on the phone like, yeah, okay. I know my ass is in trouble because my brother ain't that. He walked, so I know I'm in trouble. Your mama say, get on back to the house. I go to the house. I see the dude in the driveway. He parked in the driveway, standing on the porch. He talking to my mama. My mama got the door open, and she's standing between. She's standing between the door. Family. I walked I walked to go inside of the house. I took a couple steps to walk inside the house. As soon as I tried to walk in, she clapped me across the head. I get inside, dude take off. You know, he tell her everything. And he take off, man. She pull out the whip. You know, the extension cord. Oh, man. I start whooping me. I take off running to my dad's house. My daddy stayed about a mile away. Take off running. Yeah. They come find me. And then my uncle whooped me. I mean, you know, it was bad, man. It was bad. Needless to say, I never did that again. And I realized how dangerous it was, because since then, I've seen situations where youngsters throw rocks on the freeways or throw rocks at cars, and people have actually crashed and died. So that's a very, very dangerous game to play. And I feel actually ashamed that I did that. I could have killed somebody. You know, luckily for me, that was not in the cards. But man, family, we are living in dangerous times. Hey, playtime is over. Kids don't get to be kids and play these pranks and clown around and joke like they used to. That's over. That's over. If you want to prank, you want to have fun or whatever, you're going to have to do it, you know, within the confines of your house, you know, in a controlled environment. And damn near, you're going to have to damn near let people in on the prank, because I've seen people prank their own mothers or fathers and get guns drawn on them because the mother or father thought it was something real was going down. Stop all that playing, man. Let me tell you something. And this is not just for the youngsters. This is also for the adults. You got one life to live. Don't take it for granted. R.I.P. Michael Bosworth, Jr. No more talk.